My annual Turbostar challenge is back. Yes, this time I'm going to attempt to travel from Yorkshire to London with Turbostars only. But there's a twist. Delays and cancellations make this challenge so much harder than originally planned. Will my challenge be a success or a failure? You have to watch to find out. Let's go! Hey everyone, Reese's Trains is here today in Hull in East Yorkshire. And yes, today I am doing my Turbostar challenge yet again. Obviously, it's my favourite challenge because I want to see if once again I want to go between Yorkshire and London with Turbostars only. So I'm starting here in Hull. I'm going to go down the other way to London, hopefully, fingers crossed, with Turbostars only, depending on allocation. So obviously this subjects to if we can't be delayed, we can't miss connections, and we can't be cancelled. So it's going to be a bit of a nerve-wracking one, but because I've got some tight connections, but I'm hopeful everything will be all right. So I'm currently here in Hull. We're going to go to the station in a minute and we'll get started. I'm really excited for this. Obviously, this is my favourite challenge. So yeah, if you're ready, let's get underway. Let's head to Hull station. Before we start, let's have a look at how I plan to do this. I plan to take a Northern 170 down to Sheffield, change to the EMR service down to Nottingham, then change to the cross country to Birmingham New Street, walk across to Birmingham Snow Hill, and then take the Chiltern down to London Marylebone, with a break in Birmingham in between if everything goes smoothly. As I enter Hull station, we've already got a big problem. Well, we are off to a disastrous start. The 9:26 Northern service to Sheffield, which is supposed to be my first train of the day, has been cancelled. Oh dear. That is the worst possible start to my challenge. After speaking with staff, they allowed me to go a different route, but the problem is, no 170s. Right, I've spoken to staff, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this 9:16 through to Halifax. I'm going to get off at Leeds, and I'm going to hopefully change off the 9:38. I've checked with the conductor, happy for me to go through to Leeds, and then change there, and that'll get me there just in time so I can get back on track. So, yeah, we'll have to see what happens, but I'm hoping it'll be all right. So it turns out the reason for the cancellation is because there are no down 170s available in Hull. They're all running on the flipping Harrogate line just for my inconvenience. Thanks, Northern, for ruining my Turbostar plan between Hull and Sheffield. You absolutely chose the perfect day to do this to me. After ranting on about my Northern cancellation, I somehow end up back in Leeds, my home city. Right, so it is not very often I use Leeds to change trains other than going onto the Harrogate line or the Airedale and Wharfdale line, but we're doing it differently today. So I need to now get the 10:38 to Lincoln Central to take me down to Sheffield. Right, so we're on 17. And yet again, no Turbostars. We've just got a 195. Right, I spoke to the conductor, all fine. So if we're on time, not delayed, we can get back on track with this challenge and just start from South Yorkshire down to London. So fingers crossed we're not delayed, and hopefully we can get the East Midlands Railway and then get back on track.
Plus we're not from
Right, so we're back on track. So I'm now using Sheffield to change trains. I believe I'm catching the 11:40 EMR service to Norwich to take me down to Nottingham. The good news is it has been slightly delayed, so should be able to get across to platform, I think it's on 8 before it departs, or before it arrives, and get a seat. So let's go. Good news, we're on an ex-ScotRail 170. I love my ScotRail Turbostars, but the bad news is we are slipping behind schedule. I hope we're not going to slip too far behind because I've got another train to catch at Nottingham. So this challenge is already getting very tense. Delay after delay, cancellation at Hull, having to take a different route. Let's hope we're not going to be too delayed. It's getting a bit stressy now. We'll see what happens. Oh dear. We're leaving at 11:47 now. It's going to be tight down at Nottingham to get to the next train. But we'll see how we get on. Bad news, we're now due in at Nottingham at 12:38, 12:39. If we get further delayed, I'm going to miss this connection. My train's due to leave at 12:41, so I'm going to have to fly straight off this train when we get to Nottingham, if we even do arrive there before 12:40. This is now really, really nerve-wracking. Not great. I don't believe it, I made it on the train in time. I had to run it from platform 1 through to 6. If it hadn't been for those parking allowances, I would have missed this train, but yeah, need to get my breath back for a minute, just after all that running. We leave Nottingham station on time at 12:41, and I am glad I finally get to try my first ever refurbished Class 170. If you're enjoying this vlog so far, then hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications to stay up to date with new content. Once we reach Derby, I now have the opportunity to have a look in depth at this refurbed 170. Right, so I've switched sides, and while we're here at Derby, let's have a look at these 170s. I will say the interior refresh looks really, really good. It looks very fresh in here, and if I didn't look at the train careful enough, I think this is about level as fresh as Northern's, because Northern have done a really good job with their 170s, keeping them clean, looking fresh inside. Two key differences: the PIS screens are an upgrade of the original PIS screens. Bombardier, of course, but an upgrade to the original screens, and the seats are brand new. And in my opinion, I think these seats are not too bad. I think they're fairly comfortable. You've actually got charge ports on these now, which obviously originals didn't have before refurbishment, and it's just had a complete refresh. It just feels a lot nicer in here than before the refresh. You've got your tables now on the seats, completely fresh, much more space than on the other Turbostar, so I'm happy. So yeah, let's continue to Birmingham New Street, and fingers crossed we won't get hit by any more delays. Right, let me sum up my thoughts on these refurbed cross-country 170s. They are really nice and fresh inside. These are gradually being rolled out to all the 170s in the cross-country fleet. While I think the new PIS has more functionality, I still do prefer the original PIS, but it's an upgrade unlike the Northern's train effect system. The seats are comfortable and the service isn't too busy, which I always prefer the cross-country 170s over the Voyagers any day, which are the worst in the UK for punctuality and overcrowding without a doubt. Overall, a nice ride on my first refurbed cross-country 170, and I look forward to riding them again when more of them are refurbished. Not long after, we find ourselves arriving into Birmingham and then onwards to Birmingham New Street. Right, welcome to Birmingham New Street. We're back on track after a cancellation earlier with Northern. We're kind of back on track, so I'm relieved. Oh, there was a couple of moments when I thought this whole plan was going to fail, but we're back on track. I can relax for now.
Platform 8, 15, 22, service 4.
As I'm going as far as London Marylebone in this vlog, I've decided I'm not going to be touching on the 171s or the 172s today. To be honest, the 172s are my least favourite of the Turbostar family anyway. Right, so we have got a 168, but it's an older set. It's 168 110. The train here is going to form the 1611 Chiltern service all the way through to London Marylebone, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, if everything goes well, I'll have gone from Sheffield to London with Turbostars only. Shame we couldn't get the whole segment in, but it's better than just one train. Right, so I'm just going to chill here for a little bit and just relax while the train is just really quiet. We're not due to leave for another 25 minutes, so I am on board early. Probably the earliest I've ever been on board a train, you know, and the doors were unlocked, so just sit here and just put my headphones in and enjoy the ride when we get moving soon. About 20 minutes later, we leave Birmingham Snow Hill a minute behind schedule at 16:12. At Birmingham Moor Street, we picked up more passengers, which meant this train did start getting pretty busy. As we arrive at Leamington Spa, we cross over a cross-country service, and I have actually been to Leamington Spa before, so check that vlog out if you haven't seen it already. Once we got to Banbury, the train did start to empty out a little bit, which was nice. A couple of things I've noticed with these older set 168s is they've got the newer set seats and the newer set PIS screens as well, which is interesting for an older set. If you've made it this far and enjoy my content, why don't you consider becoming a channel member or patron? All income received will be put back into creating more vlogs like this, and most importantly, keep the channel going. The sight of the London Underground means we're arriving into the central London area, and not long after into London Marylebone.
Terminates here. All change. Thank you for travelling with Chiltern Railway.
And there you go. That is how you get to London with Turbostars. Well, from Sheffield all the way to Nottingham, to Birmingham, and now to London. Oh, really enjoyed that. Let's go through to the main part of Marylebone Station and I'll talk a little bit more. Well, here I am. The typical Northern announcements are also down here. It's Celia here at Marylebone. Find that pretty cool, you know, same announcements we have at Northern. Hit right here in Marylebone, but it has been really enjoyable. Would I consider it a success? Partially, obviously early, you know, going from Hull to Sheffield with that service being cancelled. I did find out why. There weren't any trains available, no 170s or even a 158 couldn't take me down to Sheffield, which is a real shame about that, to be honest. But hey, we can leave it for a reattempt for another time. But other than that, it has been fun. But it was really intense between Sheffield and Nottingham. Like, if it had been a minute or two later, if there hadn't been any pathing allowances on the system, I would have missed that cross country in 170 101, and I would have ended up crammed into a 2-car 170. So I'm glad that the worst didn't come to the worst, and I'm glad my plans didn't get thrown off course, because it was very, very close. It was about to get thrown off course, and I panicked for a second. Oh, I'm glad. But hey, partially success. Will I consider it a full success? I'm afraid not, because obviously that whole section, but hey, still really enjoyed it. But there's one train company we haven't covered, and that is Northern with the 170s. I'm not going to have time to do the 171s or 172s today, because of like timings and that kind of thing. But we can leave that for another time. But to close the bridge, I am heading back to King's Cross. We're going to get LNAR train back to Leeds, and we're going to try and get a Northern. I'm hoping it's a Turbostar to take me home tonight back on the Harrogate line. So I'm going to head for King's Cross, get on my train, and I will see you back in Leeds. Right, here I am back in Leeds, just come off this Azuma. I'm going to head down to platform 0 now, and let's finish the circle, if you like, with a Northern service, what I was supposed to get earlier, but didn't happen because of that cancellation. So let's go around, we'll have a look. It's 174.58. Yeah, I wonder why a lot of Sheffield Scarborough services were short of Turbostars earlier. Yeah, what the hell are you doing on the Harrogate line this evening? Yeah, I'm going to put the blame on this unit for cancelling me. Yeah, thanks for that. Damn you, 458. Oh dear, what a way to end this Turbostar challenge this year. 458. This unit keeps stalking me, and I'm presuming this unit's going to be the one to blame for cancelling me halt to Sheffield earlier today. Weren't enough Turbostars. This unit should have been over there. In fact, this unit needs to get over there and stay away from the Harrogate line for a little bit. Sees me too often. Anyway, I'm off home. I'm tired, and I'm going to call it. So I hope you enjoyed this challenge. Second year going, and I'll definitely be sure to do it again next year. In the summer. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. If you liked, as always, like, comment, subscribe. Even though not 100% successful, it's still good. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next vlog. Bye bye. If you're one of my channel members on screen, I wanted to say a massive thank you for your true support to the channel. It means a lot. Thanks for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed. If you liked, do leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and leave your thoughts in the comments. If you can find it in your heart, do consider becoming a YouTube channel member or patron to unlock some extra content. Thank you.